Hi, this is Kevin for Pixavert.com. We're going to be creating a 3D Earth globe in Photoshop CS6 Extended. You can do this in Photoshop CS5 and in previous versions, as long as you've got the extended version of Photoshop. We're going to start off by creating a new document, 1200 by 600, RGB color 16-bit. And I'm going to control double click on the background and we'll call that layer Earth. I'm going to create a background, and I'll tell you what, you can create whatever background you want for your particular design. We go to the Earth layer, go to the 3D panel, choose Mesh from Preset, and we've got to select Sphere. Then hit Create, and that creates the Photoshop 3D Sphere Mesh. I'm now going to go up to the environment, and I'm just going to turn down the intensity of the light there. Maybe turn off the shadows and go to the ground plane, increase the intensity of the shadows there, maybe turn up the reflection as well and add a little bit of roughness to that. I'm going to go to the infinite light. In previous versions of Photoshop you're going to have two infinite lights. You might want to delete one. I'm just going to change the direction so that we get something that looks a little bit more intense. And I'm going to crank up the softness of the shadow, maybe increase the intensity, and I'm actually going to create a new point light. This light I want to be way down low, and I'm going to move it on the Z axis so that it comes close up to the sphere. We just want to create a highlight at the bottom of the sphere, so we're just going to move it like that. And you can do whatever you want. You can go down a completely different direction. I'm going to take the color and make the color less intense, so we've got a nice little glow at the bottom of the sphere there. And if I do a quick render, you'll see that we've got a globe with some intense lighting. Pretty nice design, but we need to create our Earth. So I'm now just going to create the Earth. We'll go to the sphere material, or you can click on the material tab there. I'm going to choose a material called No Texture, and that's one of the defaults that comes with Photoshop. I would recommend using that often. I'm going to click on the specular, just make that a little bit darker, and I'm going to turn the shine up to about 90%. You can go down in the opposite direction if you want to. That's perfectly fine. It's all your choice. And what I'm now going to do is to go to the diffuse. We're now going to bring out the big guns. We're going to go to the diffuse, click on the folder, load texture, and I'm going to load a texture that I created earlier. That does 90% of the designing for us. Let's go to the sphere, and if we go to the coordinates, we can actually change the orientation by using these little controls here. Or alternatively, you can go onto the canvas and just rotate it like this. I'm bringing Africa center stage, and what I want to do is to bring Europe more into focus as well. So I'm just going to rotate it this way. Sometimes you might have difficulty doing this because either the sphere properties aren't allowing you to make a clean rotation, or sometimes because you've got the caps lock down, so you might need to release the caps lock to get this kind of rotation going. If we now do a quick render, you'll see that we've got a pretty decent looking design right there. And what I can now do maybe is just to increase the intensity of the point light. Just make that a bit more intense. I can turn off the shadow for the point light. We really don't need that. And the other thing you can do is just to rotate the entire scene. You can go to the scene and just rotate that, or you can go to the current view and move that around so that you get slightly different aspect of the globe showing. And that's basically it. That's how you create a 3D globe in Photoshop CS6. You can mess around with reflection, the shadows, and the lighting to get a slightly different effect. But as you can see, it's very easy to do, and once this is rendered out fully, it's going to look pretty decent. So for creating 3D globes in Photoshop CS6, that's the technique. Oh, you want to know how to get the map? Okay, I almost forgot. So we're going to go to the materials, and I'm going to click on the texture, choose edit texture, and what this is something called an equirectangular projection. You can get these from Wikipedia, you can get them from NASA. Sometimes they'll show you the rivers and the lakes of the world. Sometimes they'll even show you the ice, the Arctic ice. Sometimes they'll show you ice around the Antarctic. I like to keep things pretty simple, so I've gone for a very simple one here with no ice and no rivers and so on. I think this might be based on a public domain image from NASA. If it is, I'm going to upload it to the website and you can download it from there and use it. Otherwise, you can find these at NASA, Wikipedia. There are lots of these that are available. And what you can do also is to hit Control or Command I, invert the colors, and once you save that, you sometimes get a much better looking design, something like this. And I think that just looks a little bit better than what we had before. So the rest is up to you. If you have any comments, questions, queries, whatever, you can leave a comment in the comment section, or you can private message me on YouTube, or send me an email, and I'll try and answer those as soon as I can. I'll have another video on how to create an animated globe a bit later, but for now, that's it. I hope you enjoy that. Take care. See you later. Bye.